In this video I'm going to share with you some very important rules that should help you be more successful with Adsense and help you keep your account. So start with the first rule. I would say that Google is smarter than you. So anything deceptive, you're going to be caught. It's not going to help you in the long run. So don't try to fool Google. There's so many things that people have tried to do. Google's very aware of them. You're not likely to succeed at them. Things like click fraud will be detected. You can't get your grand to try clicking all your ads. It's very easy to spot things like that, and the result of that will be lose your account. So if you think up anything you think is clever, it's not. It's going to cost you money. You're going to fail. Don't bother. Second rule is that it's a numbers game. It's very important. If you don't have very much traffic, you're never going to do very well with Adsense. I say that you need at least 100 impressions a day to have any hope of getting anywhere. There is a minimum payout, so very low traffic is just never going to make that payout. You need to focus on getting good content and driving impressions. So you really need lots of content to be successful. You need a degree of luck. I say that there's about an 80-20 rule, in the sense that about 20% of your content makes 80% of the revenue. Occasionally you write something and it just works, loads of people search for it, it's the article on it, and you drive lots of traffic, and that is where your revenue is coming from, those lucky, successful content. Content is king. You'll hear this over and over again, and the reason webmasters repeat it endlessly is because people continually forget it. They get Adsense on their site and they get obsessed with having the ads, and they waste their time playing with them, trying to make 1% more revenue on a very small revenue base. It's pointless. Focus on your content. This is where your viewers come from. This is your bread and butter. Don't get distracted from this. Focus on getting content. The secret to Adsense is this very simple formula. You get good content, you get lots of it, and you'll be successful with Adsense. It's not easy to write good content, and it's very difficult to get lots of that good content, but if you're not going to do that, you're wasting your time with Adsense. I recommend that people maintain what I call an exclusion zone. You have to keep images and links away from ads, because people could be going to click on an image or save it and accidentally hit the ad. That's not allowed. It's deceptive. So you take your ad unit and you put a box around it and you don't put anything in there. That has to be white space. I say that if you double the size of the ad, you shouldn't have any links in that area. About 1.5 times I would keep images out of that. Google can read. You don't need to do things like keyword stuffing, because Google can figure out the content of your page and you want to write it naturally, or Google will not promote that in their search results very highly. It can detect things that are written for computers and things that are written for humans. Keyword stuffing is just a very good way of losing your Adsense account. It's deceptive, and Google is smarter than you. Irrelevant keywords are very, very obvious to spot. If you've got an article on holidays and the word car insurance is 50 times in a 100-word article, or a 1,000-word article rather, it's immediately obvious to a algorithm that's been programmed to spot that. Remember rule 1 again. Google is smarter than you. You'll get caught. Don't trust users. User-generated content can be a big headache for Adsense publishers. You are responsible for user-generated content. Google does not make a distinction between whether you wrote it or someone else wrote it on your site. You have to monitor your site. It's your responsibility. You have to comply with all of the Google Adsense policies, even when you didn't actually write the content. So screen everything before publishing. It may seem difficult to do, but if you're not doing it, you shouldn't run ads on the pages before they've been screened. That's an alternative. And I think you should randomly scan your site just to check that there's nothing you've missed. I also say that quality is rewarded in the long run, so that's writing good content as opposed to large amounts of rubbish content. Spending time really getting the best article or the best video on a site is rewarded. People will share it more, and you'll drive more traffic in the long run. It'll also be highly rated in Google search results. Again, refer to rule 2, which is a numbers game, so there's a slight contradiction there. It takes longer to write good content, but I think it wins out in the long run. And remember, you're competing with other people. Other people have written the same thing. Why is yours better? Why should people read your one and not someone else's? And why should Google put your article above everybody else's in search results? Again, Google is your partner. You have to work with them, not deceiving them and trying to trick them. They've put vast resources on the internet. There's a huge amount of places on the Google site to go. One of the best is the Adsense Academy. Look it up. It's a great way to get started. There's a huge amount of information that AdSense publishers have to know just to comply with the rules. That takes you through all the key points. Very worth doing. It's free, obviously. I tell people not to just get AdSense and stop. There's a lot of other things you can do. DoubleClick, which is a company Google bought, that allows you to participate in an ad exchange, and if you have a website with content that an advertiser may want to specifically target, you can be very successful with DoubleClick. Definitely integrate your site or your videos with analytics. You'll better understand what's working and what's not working. Definitely have a look at the YouTube Partner Program. If you've got an AdSense account, you can put videos on YouTube and monetize them very easily. There's another set of rules, just have a look at those, and look at link units as well. They have different rules to normal ad units. The final one that I'd put, because a lot of people are not even aware this exists, you shouldn't go talking about how your ads are specifically performing. It's against Google's policies, things like cost per click, how much you're getting per 1,000 impressions, what keywords you're running. All of these sort of things are proprietary to Google. They don't want to share them because they help people who are trying to deceive Google by writing on specific topics that pay higher, etc. So Google has an interest in suppressing that. So don't go telling everyone all your details. So here's a summary of all of the things I've suggested. Hopefully these will be helpful for you, and please take these very seriously. I wish that I'd had this list when I started with AdSense. It would have helped so much. So thank you very much.